professionally. Do you know who we have among us? A person who is a stalwart, who is someone I look forward to emulate and walk in the footsteps, especially when it comes to Toastmasters. He has left a footprint in marks of every Toastmasters. He is none other than Toastmaster Sunish. Sunish is the Division Director of the Year, District 98, 21, 22. He has served in various leadership roles, and kudos to that for him. He has been area director. He has been a club mentor. He has been a club sponsor. He has been president. He has been vice president education. He has been VP PR, that is vice president PR. So that is a Toastmasters journey. Aren't you curious about who he is personally? Well, you want to know where you want to invest your money? Go to Sunish. He is a finance and an investment expert. That too with 12 years of experience. Apart from that, he likes to keep himself very fit. So what does he do? He plays tennis. So he has a tennis racket in one hand and he has a book in another hand because he's a bookworm too. And apart from that, after reading the books and having a go at the field of table tennis, he comes to the Toastmasters Club and enjoys the field of speakers, community, platform that is provided by Toastmasters because he enjoys public speaking. Let us all welcome Sunish with a warm round of applause. Over to you, Sunish. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Kalpana, for that amazing introduction. I'm feeling very elated and empowered listening to that. We all hear that gratitude messages. We need to say affirmative sentences. I would request the club to give me that 2-minute clip. I would like to start off my day with just listening to that. I think that will empower me to take on the day and take on the world itself. So thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana, for that wonderful introduction. So good afternoon, everyone. Great to have all of you. I'm hoping after a scrumptious lunch and all of you are awake. And I would request if the rest of you can switch on your videos. Aarti, Kailash, Tarun, Rishabh, Sushma, Pratik, like maybe for 5-10 minutes. And then if not, the session is not interesting, or you can switch off the video. So that's okay. But if the onset, if you can have the videos on, that will be great. And great to see Rashmin over here as well. So some of you are members, I know, and since it's a new club, I don't know who are the members. I know a couple like Kalpana, Aarti, Rashmin are members. Rishabh is also a member since he's the sergeant. So I'd request like Kailash, Tarun, Sushma, Pratik, if you can let me know, like you are a guest or members.
This is Kailash.
Hi, Kailash.
Yeah, hi. I'm a member of this group from last 6 to 7 months.
So, Aarti, you can stop sharing the screen. You can directly share it at 25 minutes. So I would like to see most people. So thanks, Kailash. So Kailash, how did you come to know about this particular group, this particular club, and Toastmasters in general?
I was searching on Google and just said I got this Toastmaster and I requested it. The post is I got stuck with a couple of other steps. So on and off is happening for a long time.
So is this the first meeting you're attending?
After a long time.
After a long time. Hey, great to have you, Kailash, with us. And what do you know about Toastmasters, if I can ask, like maybe in a couple of sentences, what do you have?
Yeah, Toastmaster is like we can connect with other people there from other domains, different thought process. So it is like win-win situation. Like we need to give and we need to get. Like we can get if we connect with other people.
Thanks, Kailash, for bringing that win-win situation. Definitely, and something the presiding officer emphasized with the story she brought in, right? Like all the 11 people need to win, like on one spot. And when the presiding officer was narrating the story, I was picturing that image in my mind, like how are the 11 people coming on that. I'm sure like all of you guys were also trying to figure, and somewhere that message encapsulates that theme of the Toastmasters offering, like how we can support each other, share that positivity, share that feeling of like how to go out, become a better speaker, better communicator, and better leader. So definitely Toastmaster is one of the platforms which provide its members to do that. Sushma, if you are there and if you can speak, if you are in a place where you can, so do. Okay, so she has already mentioned, I think she's out, so she won't be able to participate. So no worries. Again, thanks Sushma for joining us. So Tarun, if you are there, if you can share with us.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. I'm a Toastmaster at the Powai Toastmasters Club in Mumbai. So I just saw the invite in one of the groups, so I thought that I'll join. So that's why I'm here.
Hey, great, Tarun, great to have. So how long you have been a Toastmaster?
About 2.5 years.
Hey, awesome, man. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
So now, Pratik, would you like to share, like you are a member, guest?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
This is Pratik. So good afternoon to everyone. I am a guest. I just found out about Toastmasters, this particular club yesterday. Kalpana was kind enough to sort of give me a good introduction. So yeah, it's actually my first session.
All right, Pratik. So Pratik, a quick question to you. What made you look out for Toastmasters, and what
Right.
was your expectation? Like after maybe Google, you must have searched something. So if you can share with us.
Correct. Yeah, what triggered was basically I was on LinkedIn going through some posts and I saw someone basically thanking Toastmasters International for achieving a milestone in their life. And I'd heard of Toastmasters before. So I got curious. I ended up Googling, and then on Toastmaster International's website, when I looked up Mumbai, I came across this club, and that's how I sort of got interested.
Thank you, Pratik, for sharing that. So great. We have around 3 to 4 guests with us. So let's give a round of applause to all of them for coming forward and sharing with us like what they are looking out in Toastmasters. Now I'm going to ask a couple of veteran Toastmasters. I know Kalpana has already shared with us, so I'll reach out to Kalpana later. I'll request Aarti. I remember around 1 year back, I had reached out and spoken with both Kalpana and Aarti. At that time, I was inviting them to join the club, and the life has come to a full circle now. I'm the guest and they are the host, and they have invited me. So let me ask them, like, what have triggered them and ensure that they are still associated with the Toastmaster Club after 2 years?
Sunish, it's wonderful that I'm seeing you again in our meeting. And yeah, many times I thought that I should leave it and not continue with Toastmasters. But my friend Kalpana always guided me and insisted that you are learning something. And she thought that there is some change in me. And I also felt that confidence, which was deep within, there was a bit of less confidence. But now I can see that, I can feel that confidence in me after 2 years. And I feel that we get some knowledge from knowledge, and we can develop our skills. So I would like to continue with it.
Thanks, Aarti. Thanks for sharing that. Now, I would request Toastmaster Pratibha to share in a few words why she renews and how she leverages the Toastmaster platform.
I joined Toastmasters 10 years back. And in 10 years, lot of change, particularly in me and also in Toastmasters. When I joined, Toastmasters was offering traditional educational resources. We had all type of manuals. We used to prepare our speeches based on the manuals. Today, it is online. Pathways is educational resources. Very interesting. What they did is they have just implemented all new changes which is required. For example, panel discussion, then storytelling, question and answer session. All these things are very important part of communication today in the corporate world also in the training and educational institute. In fact, today the opportunities as panelist or moderator, you get lot many opportunities, and so many times it happens that we don't feel so confident because we have not done all these things. So Toastmasters is a, I will say that, in fact, it's very effective learning platform. I learned a lot. I came to know about TED Talks here. I came to know about how your communication can be converted into persuasion and storytelling without even changing the mode. So many things. And it's also interesting. People ask me the same structure, same objective, still you are continuing for 10 years. Let me tell you one thing. Every meeting will give you something new point. Every meeting will give you a new insight, and you have to implement, you have to practice it. So Toastmasters is not a time bound, it's a continuous process. Over to you, Sunish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratibha, for that 2-minute Insta reel, right? Like I am over here conducting like 30 minutes, and within that 30 minutes, we have got that 2 minute in the Insta reel, how we have that 2-minute benefit of covering all down how in the 10 years, how you have benefited, how the Toastmaster itself have changed. It's a very valid point. I still remember like physical magazines used to be handed. I think Vibha also resonated somewhere when he was nodding, when Pratibha shared, like it was being utilized. And over the last 2 years, when the pandemic happened, Toastmasters was one of the organizations where meetings happened, the business continued as usual. It wasn't affected. Like it quickly took on to the virtual platform. Some of the clubs came onto Zoom platform. Some of the clubs went on to the MS Teams platform. Some of the clubs went on to Google Hangout platform. But I don't think any club per se faced that challenge. Like there were Toastmasters who were early innovators, adapters. It provided that platform where they can quickly take on and provide that support. How wonderfully Toastmaster Kalpana said, like some of that clubs had that benefit of few members who were very inquisitive and quickly took on the technology and went on to other clubs and shared that, like how you can come there and train them. So the benefits, how Toastmaster Pratibha put it, every meeting, every crisis gives that opportunity to the people. Like some people will look at it and say it's a crisis, but in Toastmasters per se, we get a lot of leaders who look at that crisis and say, here lies in the seeds of opportunity. Let's look at what we can do. And the way the Zoom has given that opportunity, it's amazing. Like Toastmaster International is around 100-year-old organization. It was started in 1924 by Dr. Ralph Medley. And somewhere when he started, he saw that need in the community. The people were required to come out and speak. The people were required to come out and lead, maybe in social occasions, maybe in professional occasions. But somewhere they felt they were lacking. And Dr. Ralph Medley felt that he was in a position, probably he can help out these people. And therein came that idea of Toastmasters. And many such clubs were chartered. And it gave that platform to people. People came over here and they learned, they sharpened, they smoothened their social, their communication skills and leadership skills. That is what Toastmasters was initially chartered with that thought. But now I'm sure if he could have seen that over the 100 years, how the Toastmasters concept has transformed, has evolved, and the future leaders have taken ahead, it's completely surprising. Because let me tell you, I have been a Toastmaster for around 4 years, and I'm amazed. Like I used to attend a college classroom, and the way now it's happening, the clubs I can attend across the 145 countries, it's something to be just looked and amazed. Now, before we move on, I would request, like we had 2 people still pending. So I like to hear from people as well. So that's something I enjoy. Like it's not about just me sharing what I learned. It's also me learning from everybody, because when the guests speak, it gives me an insight what they are looking into. So I'd request guest Sushma like to share with us like what she understood from the Toastmasters, what she's looking ahead. Sorry, Sushma sir. Yes, Sunila. Yes, if she can.
Hi, Sunila here.
Yeah, hi Sunila.
Good afternoon, everybody. Actually, I have just joined in, and this is the first meeting of mine. And Kalpana has put me onto this. So I really don't know. I will really have to probably read about it, or do you have an Instagram page, or I don't know what it is.
Yes, we do.
So if you,
No
Yeah,
worries,
you do?
Sunila.
Yes,
Uh,
we do.
Yes. So this is a proper session. I think this session was curated from that perspective to let the guests know what Toastmasters is all about. We will be covering that in the next 15 minutes, as well as some of the current members, new members, to know how to leverage the Toastmasters platform so they can enjoy that journey going ahead, knowing that what in lies for that journey. So thanks, Sunila, for sharing that. And now I would
Thank you.
ask Rashmin, who is also BPM for a club. So he has been a member for, I think, around 2 months. So share with us a couple of things, what he enjoys being a Toastmaster.
Well, I enjoy two things. First is I love that there are so many people listening to what I say without making any noise. So that's the first part. The second part, I love the feedback while people are counting my R's and ums. I love that part. So well, a fun aside, but for me, this whole forum or program is like a books in motion. I read a lot of books, but this is the platform where I got to try out some of those learnings, those concepts, and bounds of ideas. So that's for me. This is books in motion. And secondly, personally, I want to hone my public speaking skills, my leadership skills. Try to understand what works, how to communicate a message across in a way that can in a constructive way to improve the overall community. So this is a great platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashmin, for bringing that. I think you have covered most of the points which I want to cover in the next session, that is benefits of the Toastmasters. So thanks for covering that, Rashmin. So number one benefit I would say is public speaking. All of us in some point of time or other, we get associated with Toastmasters is because somewhere that urge is there, right? We want to speak publicly, and rightly, like Rashmin said, irrespective of it's a good speech or a bad speech or a worse speech or an amazing speech, people will not stop us. Like till that time is that like 4 to 6 minutes, or in my case, that 30 minutes, Kalpana or Aarti will not stop me. I'll get that leeway for till 3 o'clock. I can speak. So that's a great platform. I think one of the places I heard that you will always get an applaud at the end of the speech, no matter how your speech is. The good thing about that is when we get that applause, somewhere that creates that awareness within us. Like, did we give our best? Now, what would be Kalpana's best would be different. What would be my best? And certainly it would be different from what would be the best of Pratibha or maybe Vaibhav. It will vary from person to person. What matters is, let's say I got an opportunity to speak. Let's say maybe 1 week from now, or maybe a fortnight from now. Did I take out time? Did I do the sufficient research? Did I reach out to my mentor and share my script with the mentor and get it reviewed? Did I practice it maybe 4 times, maybe 10 times? Like I said, it depends from person to person. But did I give my best before coming to this platform today? Am I confident enough that I did everything I can do? It may not turn out how I expect. Maybe I wanted it to turn out in another way. Maybe how the Vice President Education wants it to turn out. But that is okay. What matters is, did I do everything in my capability which I can do? And the best part is, even if I did not do that, people will not say, don't come the next time. If I go and say, okay, give me an opportunity next time to come and speak, people will be more than forthcoming and say, all right, Sunish, come ahead. Next time there is a slot again for you. Do your best next time. And that's what Toastmasters is always about, like empowering the members, like feeling that good feeling. Because the next time I want to listen to that applause again. So I'll give my best maybe the next time. The second thing is building that leadership skill, right? Many times. So let me ask you, what do you understand from leadership skill? If I ask you maybe one word or maybe a couple of words. So Vaibhav, like if I ask you.
Okay. Leadership for me is just not leading and managing others, but how you behave. It's a series of behaviors in tough situations. It includes how you behave to lead yourself, like how you get yourself out of not procrastinating, right? I think somebody spoke that I have an opportunity to speak, I have to prepare for it, I have to be ready to face the audience. So for me it's a series of behaviors in different situations, like a very famous thing, which not very famous, rather very memorable thing, which one of my managers told me once is, you're traveling in a bus, it's not always that you're driving the bus. You can be a conductor once, you can be a passenger sometimes, you might be the driver sometimes. So what I'm trying to tell is how you behave in different situations, maybe even doing a simplest role of a timer, how you do it is leadership for me.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you for sharing that small anecdote of that bus journey. Like sometimes you are the passenger, sometimes we are the driver, sometimes the conductor. That will bring me back to, I think, the XCOM role. Today, maybe I am the president, or last year I was the president for my club. I was the division director. Today, I am a member at my club. Now, how I treated my members during that time will be somewhere reflected, right? How that karma goes. Now that will be depicted on how they will treat me today when I am a member of the club. So that is what I would say leadership partly. Somewhere I would say leadership for me personally, it's about two things, initiative and mindset, right? Every time I used to remember in school, college, maybe in office, sometimes some things comes up, like maybe during festivities, like a Ganpati related, something needs to be organized in the society, in the club, in the college, in the office. Who will take the initiative, right? We always like look left, right, back, someone else, can they take it up probably? Or sometimes we say these things are being not planned in the club or maybe in the office or in the society. So leadership is about that, taking that initiative. Like it's not about what others can do for you. It's about what we can do for others. So that's what I would say it's leadership about. Like if we feel something is not good, ask. Maybe in a club setting, you can ask the club leaders, like, this is something, can I help out? Can I do that? Like Independence Day happened last month. If we can celebrate in the club, I have this idea, can I pitch in? Or maybe Ganesh Utsav is there. Maybe next month, Navaratri is there. Christmas is there. So any member of the club can take that opportunity and take the initiative, reach out to the president, the vice president education, vice president membership. I have this idea, can I take the in charge? So leadership is all about initiative. Nobody has to come and acquaint you, okay, from this day forward, you have to be in charge of this. You see a crisis, you see a need, you see you can add value, you can just chip in and say, can I do that? And I'm sure the leaders around you will be more than happy to see you grow and take up that opportunity. And if you're wondering how to go about it, that's the second thing of it. You grow as a leader when you take it up. That's something I have realized as a Toastmaster. Initially, my mindset was, I need to know things before I do it. Now I realized I know things by doing it. I don't have to know things before doing it. So I take up the opportunities, whichever comes my way, and I say, all right, let me do it. Maybe someone else is there who have done it. I reach out to the people. And that's what another thing Toastmaster provides you, the mentor, access to the mentor. Maybe for writing a speech, how to write better speeches. Maybe as a leader, how you can serve the club better, the area the better, the community better. So you have so many wonderful mentors in the fraternity who are always there to guide you, to groom you. So being a part of Toastmaster provides you that opportunity, that access to mentors. There are people who have spent 20 years in Toastmaster. Just yesterday in a WhatsApp group, part of, I saw that we have a distinguished Toastmaster Ramanathan who has spent 20 years. There is another Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Vinay, who is today conducting a panel discussion today evening, and it's going to be on CNBC live. So if you are on CNBC, do log into that. It's around, I think, 5 or 6 p.m. So all these members are benefiting from that. They are somewhere getting that opportunity to conduct panel discussion in the club setup. And maybe something like this, they have maybe 10 members, 15 members. But when their organization come with that opportunity, we need to conduct a panel discussion. Would somebody be interested? Some employees may think, or professionals may think, I have not done this before. Can I do or not? But members of Toastmasters who have availed of this opportunity, conducted panel discussion, organized a meeting, they are very well acquainted. They are comfortable. They directly reach out to the organizer and say, listen, I've done this panel discussion. That self-belief is that. And they take a grab on that opportunity. And years from now, they will distinguish themselves. We generally go for the job, right? 9 to 5 job. Sometimes we have that entrepreneur, we have our business, or maybe we can be an entrepreneur or get into the job. But the thing is, how much time are we putting in to develop that social skills, that communication skills, that leadership skills, right? That is very critical. I wish sometimes I knew, like for the first 10 years of my professional experience, like something of this platform was there. And I didn't know, even if I was aware, I would have that good sense of becoming the member and taking the opportunity of all these advantages it is providing. Now it is easier right now. Okay, having got all those benefits, like I should have taken that. But I can see many of you are right now sitting on that fence thinking, is it something for me or not? So definitely I would say take it up. It's an amazing platform. Join for maybe a couple of meetings, look at it, how you can benefit. Like I mentioned, it's an amazing treasure trove. Again, couple of things was covered, I think Rashmin brought, like that mindfulness, awareness. So in a typical Toastmaster meeting, we have a timer, we have an hour counter, so we have a grammarian. All these provide benefits for the members in terms of, like, when your timer, you puts you in a quandary, right? The speaker is giving an amazing speech. Should you listen to the speaker, or should you show the timing? Should you look at the clock? Or maybe the hour counter, how one of the members provided. So should you listen to the filler words, or should you listen to the speech? So all these roles help you to develop that multitasking skill. So this is a platform you live. And sometimes even I know there have been occasions where I felt I could not do an amazing job. But coming over here, going through that meeting again and again, doing it again and again, we learn that, right? It's like how Bruce Lee said, like, I'm not afraid of a person who knows 500 different kicks. I'm afraid of the person who practices that kick 500 times. And Toastmasters gives that platform. You can take up that role of hour counter again and again to your heart's content. Maybe today you felt like you could not catch all the fillers. Today you are listening to the speaker. Take up the role next time. I'm sure you will do better, because I also did that. Like in the first role, I know I was not up to the mark, but taking up the role again and again, I became better and better. Each role. So again, each meeting provides a lot of opportunities to lead. Like, for example, Toastmaster of the Day. The wonderful way how Toastmaster of the Day Kalpana introduced me. It was amazing. I know it was what I had sent it to her. It was just 3 normal standard sentences, but in her own way, she articulated it. It was wonderful to hear. And every speaker loves to hear something like that when that person comes onto this. That is a skill we all learn. Maybe tomorrow you get an opportunity to be the master of ceremonies, maybe in your organization. If not in your organization, maybe in your society for some program. And what better platform to sharpen your skill over Toastmasters rather than somewhere else. Now, Toastmaster has an educational program which is called as Pathways, and it has 5 core competencies: public speaking, personal speaking, management, confidence, and leadership. So there are 11 pathways, and each pathway have all these core competencies. All the 5 core competencies overlap. It is up to each member how much they want to emphasize on each of the skills. Now, irrespective of your speech which you take, every speak will give you opportunity to focus on your public speaking. But something like you take more roles, you take up the role of Toastmaster of the day, you take up the role of table topic master, you get more opportunity for leadership, more opportunity for interpersonal communication. You become a buddy for a club leader, you get more opportunity to connect with other members of the club. So all these amazing opportunities gives you more scope. And finally, we have the evaluation. That is something which is said that it's the heart of a Toastmasters program. Evaluation is something very important, right? What you say can make or break a person. A person comes on board and gives a speech, and evaluate what that person says. The next time the person will make a narrative, should I come or not? And that is the power of evaluation. If the words are empowering, the person will say, all right, I'll try better next time, I'll do better next time. And if the words does not come properly, the person will say, I won't come the next time. And it's true not just for Toastmaster, in our day-to-day life, how we speak with our spouse, our children, our parents, our siblings, our friends. Every time, every words we communicate, it has that power to empower the other people. So this is that platform where we can learn that skill. We speak very often with all the people in our life, but very few times we put that time, invest that time to become better communicators. I think we need to do that, right? Because the more time we invest, the people around us will feel empowered. They feel, all right, I feel so good to speak with Vaibhav. I want to connect with Vaibhav more. I feel so empowered every time I speak with Pratibha. As leaders within the organization, maybe within the family, or even within the society or community at large, Toastmasters gives us that platform to become better speaker, better communicator, and better leader. And I think an online club gives an amazing opportunity because you can join at the comfort of your home. You don't have to travel. It helps you to cut on that time. Let's say you're traveling outside and you think, okay, I'll be free maybe probably by 2, so I can be join speakers community. So that is that USP, I would say, for an online club. So I would urge all of the guests, do become member of the Speakers Community Club. And if you have any further queries, or maybe in terms of fees, or in terms of what is the frequency the club meets, do reach out to the president of the club, Toastmaster Kalpana, or the VP membership of the club, Toastmaster Aarti. So thank you all for joining us. You have been a lovely audience, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.